Kumquat.
Really?
Is that the flavor?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Starting off strong. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, bro.
All right.
It's actually pretty good though.
What is it?
It's a hydration drink, all B vitamins, natural cane sugar.
Nice.
Their B6 is actually methylcobalamin.
Nice.
No, that's their B12.
Yeah, B12.
That's their B12, yeah. So if I learned anything from Gary Brecka was that.
Yeah, that's the best form of B12 you can get.
Yeah, I didn't know that, dude. I didn't know the other one, and I was downing Celsius, and like Celsius was my go-to.
Yeah.
And like especially their cola flavor.
Woo! Really?
Yo, the cola flavor is the best. Is the best.
I like the blue flavor. I don't even know what flavor, but the blue one. That's my usually blue flavor of whatever is like my go-to. But like it's the Arctic whatever like
I haven't tried
that they
that.
come out with. Oh, dude.
You know what? Like there's an energy drink I used to like I think it was the powder form, and it was a blue raspberry flavor. I think every time I see something like that, I have PTSD clearly, and it reminds me of that product I used to take. I think it was called One More Rep.
Okay.
Remember that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, the first time I took that, I did not sleep that night because you were supposed to ease your way into it. And that was a very, very intense pre-workout.
I have my own pre-workout, and we use that same B12. And so we've manufactured in the States, and it'll come out to market here in like 6-ish
No
weeks.
way.
Yeah.
Yo, congrats, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Totally formulated ourselves, and so we've it's been a hell of a process, but a fun process. And one of our flavors is blue raz. I just love that blue raz flavor, like in a pre-workout. It's that, and then we also have pineapple. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to those. Okay, let's get you some whenever it comes in.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm always looking for clean product, like clean, natural, right? The less ingredients, the better. And yeah, man, I'm game.
All of our stuff is like we're very adaptogen heavy. So like I had the same experience with a lot of pre-workouts that I was taking. It's like I can't fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Like it's 3:00 and I'm like I took my pre-workout at 5 and I still just can't fucking sleep. So I did less caffeine. So less caffeine, more of the adaptogens. And then a big issue that we were having is also like a lot of GI upset. And I can take a shit after you take your pre-workout. I hated that. Like it would make me like gag in the middle of my workouts. Like it just maybe like my GI discomfort was pretty massive.
And explode days. Yeah. Remember you're like, hey bro, I meet you at the gym in 15 minutes. I just took my hand explode.
Dude, it was just fucking rough. And so I was tired of it. So now it's super GI like nice and GI friendly and not so stim heavy, adaptogen heavy. It's all about that brain, man. How can we make sure like you're focused, that you're in the game, right? So nice. That's what we're doing.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So this is your
what's the name?
All the Power.
All the Power.
All the Power. So we got a trademark. We just finalized trademark a couple months ago. So it's ATP, right? So if I just section it out, so it's perfect. Man.
Yeah, that's good.
Perfect.
I like it.
Yeah. So we got the full trademark of ATP and All the Power. So it'll be, I think, a good one to come to market with. Like, it's still unique, but like it's a higher end product. It's $55 a container. But we're not like just shoving you with a whole bunch of like just shit. Yeah. And I'm tired of it. I think most people are. Yeah. And people want to like take something even in the morning and not feel like jittery throughout the day. Like something that's reasonable.
And also like it's also turned into more of like a routine where I have to have a carbonated drink while I'm on my woodway or whatever I'm doing to mentally get ready for my it's part of the process. It's crazy.
It is.
It's part of the process. So yeah, man, that's good.
I miss those days of like, I used to be like, okay, 2 scoops of this and 3 scoops of that and 10 pills in the morning. And now I'm back to doing like my vitamins in the morning. I take my omegas. I take I do a men's one a day. Yeah. Like just because it's simple. But like, it's getting, like, I know I'm going to piss out a lot of it and that's fine. But at least I'm getting something. Yeah. Right. And then I take that. I take alpha GPC. I take lion's mane. And then there's a whole, like I take turmeric in the morning, and like now I'm finally back on that jam. But it just makes me feel like I'm healthy, like I'm doing good things for my body, so that by the time I get to bed, I'm sleeping better, I'm feeling better. I'm taking magnesium glycinate at night now. I'm taking this at night now. Like, and I'm just every single morning, the thing I'm looking at is like, okay, how was my sleep? How good did I do? You know, because I don't know, there's something nice about it. Like you get to like feel good throughout the day. With as many things as we do, it's important, man.
100%, 100%. It's when you're on, that's the best feeling. Like you know you're on, you're primed, you're optimized, you're just on. And that's one of the best feelings I think you can have experience when you're focused on, especially like getting shit done, right? If you're launching a new business and you're in that growth mode, you're in that entrepreneurial spirit and you're in growth mode. Being that and being focused and turned on is a high that you cannot get anywhere else.
Seriously. I mean, I couldn't say better myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you find flow state so much easier.
Yeah.
And so you can actually sit there and like, it's stressful. Like there's a lot, like it's like frustrating at times to run your own business. And like, how do you manage all these different things and wear all these hats and talk to all these people and all these emails keep on coming in. And so like, if you're off a little bit, like other people are going to feel that for one. Like your clients, your partners, your retail, like if you have different people inside the retail space that you're working with, like your B2B or B2C, like people feel that and you might just slip up a little bit. And like, why even give yourself the chance to slip up? Just do these little things that are going to make you better during the day, you know?
Exactly. And it all comes down to, we talked about this a couple of days ago, restorative sleep.
Yeah.
It all comes down to restorative sleep, bro. So, and that's when, like when we were out of stock, right? Dude, my sleep, my recharge was not the same until I started getting back on it. So I'm like 2 days back on it right now. And man, I can already feel the difference. But it's like that restorative sleep is where everything happens for me. Just like you, just like what we talked about, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're not recharging the machine, if you're not charging back up efficiently, you're half battery, then it's easy to, this one's caffeine free, but it's easy to fall into that hamster wheel of caffeine. And then now you need to take more stimulants to keep it up and keep it up and keep it up. And then you have a harder crash. And then now you're on that run and it becomes disastrous.
Now you need the caffeine and now your adrenals are fucking gassed and like you can't really handle stress nearly as well. Like I drink way too much caffeine. I can guarantee you that. But I think part of it is because I probably just don't get good sleep. And it's not consistent sleep. And I realize that. And so I guess my question is like, what do you do to sleep? Like, do you have a nightly routine?
Yes, but I'm not always do I execute, you know, and that's where I'm focused on this next phase of this year is to really get back into it. So like every morning and every night I would meditate.
Nice.
That was one of my things. And Joe Dispenza, man, I learned a lot from him. So the breathing, all of that works. Starting your day just by 10 to 15 minute meditation is a huge difference than you don't. And then when you do that at night, you will also be able to relax, to be able to fall asleep. Now, some people, you know, like, again, my routine is I'll take this. Once I take this, Blue Scorpion, then it's like, all right, I'm getting ready to power down for the night. Okay, so, and as a total body anti-inflammatory, as inflammation comes down, the body starts healing itself. And that's just a whole natural process. So it's like, all right, this is first. And then I do my meditation. And then I'll read a book, I'll do something. And I try not to watch TV anymore. Right before I go to sleep. It's been a very tough habit to break.
That's a hard one.
Me
and my girl just we sit down, we watch some TV, and then we go straight to bed. But like, you're not supposed to do that. It's the opposite. You know, you do like an hour of nothing before you go to bed to get really quality sleep.
Yeah. And when you do that, at least when I do that, my sleep is better and my training then becomes way better because for me, it's all about optimizing. It's all maximizing everything I do. because I'm on a mission. I don't know exactly to the full detail where that mission is going to lead, but my focus is to leave this planet in a better position than I found it. That's a mission of mine. So in order for me to be able to execute and keep going at a high pace, my training must be on point, you know? So it's kind of like, I was actually talking about with someone earlier today. It's like when you're getting ready to do like like put your body through a lot of stress, you have to be mentally primed. And I feel like training fitness is one of the biggest and one of the easiest ways to do that, because and the best
100%.
Because as you're going through your training program, you're putting your body through that stress and you are mentally committed. You're just becoming now sharper. Everything just becomes so much sharper and clear, you know? So that's, for me, that's my life. If I don't have that, and when that gets disrupted, I'm a hot mess.
Yeah. I think we were talking about the other day. It's like that time is like the me time. Like that's the time. Like you're not just you're working out the body, but like really also what you're doing is working out the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you going to take that next set? Like, do you really want to do 5 more reps? Like, or are you going to look at your program and like, I don't really want to do that one today. Yeah. Like, can you have the discipline to just say, this is what's been prescribed. Like, let me just get it done, and at the end of it, I'm going to appreciate the fact that I did it. And almost always, every time, I'm like, I really want to go to the gym today. And then I go, and then I'm like, man, I'm really glad I can go to the gym today. You know?
You're always going to have those days. You're always going to have those days. But to get yourself into a cycle to really level up physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, everything in between, you have to have a solid routine. It's just the way it works. And every successful person will tell you this same thing, because that's the formula.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it really is. So, but yeah, for me, it's like, if I don't get that out of me in the mornings, and I have to train between 7 and 9 o'clock. If I'm not done by 9:30 latest, the intensity of my training just drops. Because I'm already in work mode, because I know what's going to start coming along. So I'm kind of like, so it's in that window I have to execute and get it going. And man. And the more of a uplifting, or the more I want to grow, you know, from a business standpoint, financial, my training just starts to match that intensity.
So I started taking some Magic Mind. Magic Mind is clean energy, calm energy for the brain. As you can tell, I'm pretty calm. I feel pretty good. I already took one this morning. I'm going to take another one today, right now. I don't know if you can take more than one, but I love them. And they make me feel like I can just do anything through the day. I've done a lot today. I'm getting my MBA. And so I had a lot of work this morning for a couple different service operations projects and stuff. And I got all of that done today in the morning. 6 chapters worth of work. And then I worked on some stuff for clients, writing programs, coming up to the studio, meeting with some new individuals, and then like making some posts for social media. I think all of it is because of Magic Mind. Magic Mind just makes me feel like I have a lot to start the day with, that I feel calm, but also attentive. I do have ADHD, and it helps me just stay focused while I'm actually doing the tasks that I have. So you guys can get your own bottle and set of Magic Mind if you go use the link below and use the code Nevares50, Nevares 50. You get 50% off of any subscription, or 30% off of any single purchase. 50% and 30% are insane deals. So go get you some, get you on a subscription, and just appreciate and love a really good time with a really good product. So get you some. Let me know how you think. It has lion's mane, cordyceps. It has all sorts of good things for the brain. It is been approved. So get you some, and yeah, enjoy. Nevares 50. Click the link below. Thank you, Magic Mind. Yeah.
I have to ask, because I don't know the whole story.
Yeah.
And I like stories.
Sure. Nice.
So then how did Blue Scorpion come, I guess, to fruition?
So this was, first of all, this was in, I guess the best way to say is R&D since 2004.
Damn.
So the chief scientist or the scientist, Dr. Arthur Mikhailian, that basically started researching Blue Scorpion venom and their peptides and the therapeutic benefits, started back in, I think, 2003, 2004 in Cuba. And that's when it all started for him, and through his research. And all this is well documented online. Just if anybody Googles benefits of Blue Scorpion venom, it's all there.
Yeah.
So they had that news break of, the benefits and all the medicinal properties available. So Dr. Arthur went to Cuba from Russia to collaborate with them. And at that time, he actually, he's a PhD physicist by skill, and he created this machine called, we call it polarization machine, but it's resonance technology where you can enhance any compound up to 3 to 5x with quantum energy. So he figured out how to calculate the frequency of any compound, liquid, solid, organic, synthetic, then match it with his polarization technology, with his machine, and supercharge it to be 3.5 to 5 times more effective. So that's one of the reasons why this product works so well, is because it has that. So yeah, it started in 2004, and it went up to until 2007 when he started working with the Dominican government. And then from 2007 to 2017, he basically were in R&D doing the SOPs of setting up a scorpion reservation, the largest blue scorpion reservation in the Dominican Republic. Yeah, so it's a full blown, like, there's decades worth of research on this, and throughout the process, discovered how effective, the venom of the blue scorpion is towards pain and inflammation, and those benefits. So I came on in 2022. I had just left my former partners from my performance gym business, and we went through our little disputes. But in 2022, I got introduced to this right at the pinnacle when I was about to launch another fitness brand, all the supplement line. It's a complete ecosystem. Yeah. And this was introduced to me out of left field. And I was like, what? What do you mean blue scorpion venom? What are we talking about? So
it's pretty niche.
Yeah. I was like, bro, I'm in this business. As a professional biomechanics, sports performer, we're always looking for and trying. We're the biggest guinea pigs. We're going to try everything before 100%. We, give it to a client or recommend to a client or a family member, whomever, because they come to us. They see us that. So I've tried everything under the sun that came my way that I thought had potential, and I never heard about anything like that. So when I started reading this research and science and all that, I was very intrigued. Very intrigued. I was like, this can't, what? Yeah. And I just couldn't process it. So then I met Dr. Arthur. Then, we started talking with my business partner, who's the one that introduced me. He was working with Dr. Arthur since 2017 on and off with, testing products out and things of that nature. So, but yeah, and it came on board in 2022, and we started coming together and how we bring this product to market, the homeopathic formula, getting the national drug code, and just the whole process, and how are we going to, get the message across? What's our mission? What's our vision? And what do we want to do with this product? Besides just being another brand or another, company. So the focus is to, help people change their lives any way we can. And this product is like the flagship product that helps with that. And it's helped a lot of people. I've given it to my parents. My mom's uses it on a daily. My sister uses it. I use it. A lot of my family members use it. So anyone that has, systemic inflammation, low-grade inflammation in their body as well, this thing works, and it's a fast-acting formula. You can't overdose. If you have other supplement routines, regimens, or medication that you're taking, it doesn't have any interactions, you know, and it's all natural. It's homeopathic. So I mean, you couldn't ask for something that was better. Like, you know, it checked off all the boxes. And the way I love to use it, when selfishly, I was like, wait a minute. Can this do what I think it could do it for fitness, for sports performance? And it does. We have a lot of athletes, pro athletes that are using this product right now, you know? So it's definitely a game changer, man.
To kind of, I guess, to kind of give some anecdotal information. So, one of the people in my life is currently having some issues inside of her mouth, right? Mm-hmm. So just some inflammation. It's been like 6 days of constant inflammation, painful, can't swallow, like don't really know what it is. Like just, she says it's allergies, not really sure. But it's definitely like red back there. And so we had talked on Tuesday and we were like, what, like, he said it can like potentially help some inflammation around the mouth. I was like, okay, like let's give it a shot. And so she switches it around for the 15 seconds. She lets it sit on that area for a little bit longer. And then I think question, are you supposed to spit it out or swallow it?
Swallow it.
Okay. So that's what I said. Yeah. But she spat it out. And then the next one, she starts swallowing it from now. I was like, I think you could swallow it. Yeah. But even after she spat it out, she was like, immediately the pain had gone away. Yeah. And she was like, I'm having a hard time just going to sleep. And now the pain's gone. And so she was able to sleep really well that night. She did 2 mLs that night. The next day she did 2 in the morning to help with the inflammation. And then 2 at night to help improve sleep. She has historically bad sleep. She's a doctor, so she has like the best sleep in the world. A lot of anxiety. Took the 2 mLs. Her Whoop is saying she's like 95% performance under sleep. And she normally doesn't. And then so
that's since she started
taking the thing. And so like
what was it before?
She's like pretty regularly like in the 60s and 70s.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty insane.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I am somebody who's always a skeptical buyer. Yeah. That's just how I live. I think it's important. Like you got to do your research, you know?
100%.
And I was like, man, this shit fucking works. Who would have guessed, you know? And so it worked and so I started doing it the same day at night. And so I do 4 mLs at night. And so I don't know, I think you said to split it up, but I'm sorry, but I'm doing the 4 at night.
That's fine.
And I felt a significant difference from one day to the next where I woke up and I woke up at 7. And normally I'm not an early riser, so normally I'm like a 9 o'clock rise kind of guy, but I woke up at 7 and I woke up feeling pretty good. And like I started my day and I didn't drink caffeine. And I was like, huh, this is interesting. Like it's a different feel. It's like, it's subtle, but at the same time, like it's very apparent, right? I'm not like jittery, but I feel like, I can start my day and I'm good like now. And so I did it again last night and I feel good again today. Yeah. So I mean, fast acting for sure, dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's awesome.
It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, this is why everybody needs to try it to understand. Once you experience it, it's different. It's like this is one of the products you need to experience it. You really do. And from a natural fast acting, it's like the skepticism, I totally get it and I appreciate it. You're supposed to be, but thank you for giving it a try, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, of course. Thank you for letting me try it, right? I think it's really cool to find a new product that I like, because there's so much shit out in the world. And so like, what do you really take? And then how much stuff is really like even healthy for you, right? And so like, whenever you do find a homeopathic option, like we're all up on it.
And it's oral, like it's a sublingual delivery. So it's liquid. So it doesn't go like taking vitamins and all that, right? You take it orally, it goes through your liver, all that stuff, right? Yeah. So you're bypassing all of this. Complete bypass right into your bloodstream. So, and I think now that I've been using it for collectively 3 years, a little over 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it's been, and I've timed it where I'm off of it. I could feel the heaviness when I'm on it. I'm like, I'm good. So it's like going from 4K to 720. 4K, 720. You know what I mean?
Like 720 is not bad, but it's sure hell ain't 4K.
You know, so that's the only way I can say it, you know? So, but yeah, open it up. This one's the 1 ounce bottle. So this one's the travel size as well.
I love this packaging. I don't want to mess it up.
Oh, right. Man, this is the new packaging.
The packaging's fucking sick. You guys got to this thing's beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
I love the way it feels and looks. And so I'm interested. You have, you said a couple different things on here. You also said there's
bee venom. So yeah. So from an active ingredient is blue scorpion venom, bee venom, and poison ivy, and they're all homeopathic dilutions in the X dilution category. So yeah, that's the 1 ounce.
That's pretty.
Yeah, the blue bottle. So that's a 7-day supply. Okay. So this is cool for people that are skeptical. Yeah. They can give it a try and you know, see the effects before that's the 3 ml oral syringe. So you can do 1 pull versus the 2, you know what I'm saying? So we're you know, we're listening and we're up making those changes to make it more convenient and easy to use. And yeah, but it's a 7-day supply. Great for travel, great for testing it out. And that's what I use for my dog. And I'll give her 1 ml, half an ml in the morning, half an ml at night.
Really?
And, yeah.
Why do you do it for your dog? What's
my dog had? It's more preventative than anything else. But she had some wounds that I used it for, and it did help with bringing down inflammation. So she, you know, recovered faster.
Oh, cool.
But I've had friends where they use it for their Frenchies. They've used it for other dogs, a Pomeranian Frenchie. George used to use it for his German Shepherd. So a lot of dog use.
Okay. Can it potentially, make sure I word this correctly, like, are there experiences that people have claimed that like that they feel a benefit for like allergies and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So like my dog has allergies, right? Like,
give it a try.
Like a motherfucker. And so this could be
100%.
See if he stops itching. I mean, guy's always itching. We give him Cytopoint, like we give him the injection, but he's still itchy. And so I'd be interested to see.
Let me know. It won't harm. Don't stop what you're doing. Just add this to it. Yeah. And then watch if there's any difference, and then give it 2 to 4 days and see what happens.
Cool. Yeah, you got it. I love so is this then also the same packaging that the 4 ounce one comes in?
The 4 ounce is the clear bottle. Okay. Still.
Yeah.
So that's
I like the blue bottle.
Yeah, it's cool. Right?
It's cool, man. I like it a lot. I mean, I get like blue scorpion, you know. So
it's consistent with branding.
Yeah, it's really consistent with branding. Yeah. So I assume you've already been out to the farm, right? Like, how many scorpions do you guys have out there?
The farm, I went out there with actually Dr. Arthur. I went there in 2023. So it's a big farm. It's 120 miles outside of Santo Domingo. So it's in the farmland.
Damn.
It's away from pollution. It's away from civilization. And the scorpions are actually in their natural habitat. So it's when the doc was going through the whole process, he was just sharing. It was a 2-hour drive from Santo Domingo to the farm. So he's like, I went through a lot of R&D to figure out where I wanted to build a farm, what's going on, the moisture in the soil, like the nourishment. Yeah. So it's built on a grape vineyard. Okay, so the reservation is a grape vineyard, and the scorpions live within that grape vineyard reservation. So it's broken into 8 sections. Yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of insects. So they eat their natural, food, I guess. Right. So I call it pasture-raised venom, bro.
Yeah, seriously. It definitely sounds like it.
Yeah, it's pasture-raised venom. So that's basically the whole, reservation setup. And they have a system put together where how much venom can be extracted, how often, then the whole purification process and creating the active ingredients, the dilution. Everything is from A to Z, straight, like call it farm to fridge model.
Damn, that's really cool, dude.
And the product is actually manufactured in Los Angeles. It's U.S. manufactured.
That's real nice.
Yeah.
That's real helpful right now.
Oh yeah, that's the only way to do it, man. It's the only way to do it.
So so why a blue scorpion? Like there's scorpions all around Vegas, right? We're here in Vegas and people are like terrified of scorpions. But this scorpion doesn't seem to be like have that same kind of fear behind it. Why?
Well, the blue scorpion is non-lethal, first of all. So if you do get stung, it's going to be a little bit, from what I haven't been stung yet, but from what Doc was telling me, it's similar to a bee sting, maybe a little bit stronger, and then that area will, you'll feel a little numbness for a few hours and it'll go away.
Oh.
So that's the most of it from a blue scorpion standpoint.
Oh, cool.
From the therapeutic side of things, it's in their natural crude form, like the active compound, it's full of peptides, amino acids, trace minerals. So that multi-peptide solution is what's the therapeutic benefits of it, and it has specific, capabilities. Or so what we do is we will have the API, and then we'll go through a homeopathic dilution, and we'll make that into our formula, our product.
So I want to see, one, I want to see the fun. Two, I want to see, like, I don't even know what a blue scorpion looks like. Is it really blue?
No, it's not actually.
Cool.
No, but in night, when you put a black light, then I'll show you the video of the form.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
yeah.
I want to see it because I'm interested. Like, also, what does the farming process look like? Like, are you just like, you go out there and like pick a couple of them and then like?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been there during that process, so I'm looking forward to seeing that too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We've actually got a lot of requests to have those, so we're gonna go record some content. We actually just finished filming a Blue Scorpion documentary, the first one.
No shit.
Yeah. So we did it with Will Harris from his documentary is called Anatomy of a Fighter. So he does all the UFC fighters.
How cool.
Yeah.
Dude.
So he used it. He had a crazy pain in his elbow, and he's like, man, we have to let's do a documentary. I was like, let's go. So we have Frank Mir, we have Rampage in there, we have the Blue Scorpion team, Dr. Arthur, a few other people, but it's to open up and tell Dr. Arthur's story, because his story is almost like Indiana Jones, man. He was on an expedition I've seen some of the old pictures, man. It's really cool.
I bet.
Yeah, it's really cool. So it's like, I was like, man, we got to do an Indiana Jones type of a theme over here, on the documentary. So we'll see how it comes out.
When does it come out?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
It's we finished filming it last week. So
okay. Still got to do a whole lot of posts, I imagine.
Yeah. So post production.
Yeah.
But excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, it'd be cool. I don't know. Like, I always think about like Netflix or something. I don't know. I mean, like, you really
I think this will lead to it.
Yeah.
I think so.
It'd be cool, man.
That'd be awesome.
You get to teach people.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's part of it, right? It's usually the biggest thing with, like, people just don't understand.
Yeah.
And so, like, how can you educate a population? Because an educated population is more likely to, like, if they understand it, they're more likely to purchase it, right?
100%.
And so, like, I always think education is the name of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you can educate, like, I don't really like a hard sell necessarily. I like an educated sell. I like a relationship sell. And so, like, if I can educate someone and they, this really works, and like, this is the research, that person's more than likely going to be like, I got it. Okay, this isn't just another snake oil, but a real thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
No, exactly. Especially now that people are becoming more health conscious. The podcast world, the social media, and the podcast just really expanded the knowledge of health and wellness very fast. Like one of the most, trending topics.
It's huge right now. I'm on Fit Insider. I don't know if you've heard of Fit Insider. Yeah. They send me like weekly updates on what's happening in the fitness industry. So it's like a periodical kind of thing. And it constantly, it's just like, this person acquired funding for $500 million. This company acquired funding for $700 million. The company Ghost, what is it? One of these cans, like they have like a supplement company. They just sold for $1 billion to cure Dr. Pepper. Like, it's insane the amount of like health and wellness, or even like the gym memberships that are on right now. They're like $20,000 a month for a gym membership, because health and wellness is like the place right now where so much finances are going into. But you guys don't take finance. Like, you guys are
we're so we're friends and family. It's we're we're good for now. I think we just focus on our mission, and words getting out. People are, using it, loving it. They're sharing their experience. So I think it's just when you have something that's real, authentic, it's just a matter of time. You don't have to force it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's where it is. And adding, let's say like the health and wellness industry, right? It all comes down to, first of all, it's a very saturated market, a lot of noise. When you go, especially when you walk into a vitamin shop or, like those supplement stores.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do I do? What do I take? All that noise, I feel like, how there's this is my theory. There was like the tech boom, and it was like a bubble. And then it came down and only certain companies existed. I feel like something similar is going to happen with this industry, because not from company standpoint, but more from products. What product really works, what doesn't. I'm sure companies will come and go with it, but it's like to simplify the process. And I'm all about simplifying and executing at a high level. So for me now, like throughout the years of learning, understanding, I've really simplified my supplementation process, where it's easy to manage, it's easy to do, and it makes sense, right? And it's not costly. It's not like, am I really getting the benefit of this? It's like, take it for 90 days before you feel something. I just got hustled for 90 days, So like, but if you start really breaking down the body in its natural form, it's made out of peptides, amino acids, trace minerals, fats, its frequency, energy, or vibration, energy, right? Focus on that as your structure, then you'll know how to plug things in. And it's like, okay, I'm going to take or eat products that are in its most natural form, that's closest to where I need to be. If it's a amino or a mineral and things of that nature, so my body can process it more efficiently, and so I get more out of it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like really diving into that, and for me now, it's Blue Scorpion, creatine.
Got it.
Those are my only two supplements I'm taking right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking at some glutathione, and just to bring that in, because that stands on its own 2 feet.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything else, I'm refining really well. And to be honest with you, this is something that, back in 2016, we were doing genetic testing, methylation testing at my gym. And we were
shit.
Oh yeah, 2016. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we were way ahead of the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massively.
Yeah. So that's what we were doing in 2016.
Wow.
And we were beta testing it in our in-house, and then we started rolling it out to our private training clients. We had the skeletons of the custom-made formulas of everything, right? And it was like based on genetics, this skeleton with XYZ, whatever they need. So it was genetic testing, blood work, and we would create a custom nutrition program, fitness program. Okay. Is your body going to respond to more endurance-based training or power-based training or strength? Like, we get to really understand at that level, at genetic level. So, and I've done that. I've done the blood type diet since 2011. I've played with that. So I've always been, like I said, I really dove into this industry head first. When I fell in love with it, I was like, oh, this is cool, what you can really do and how you can really optimize someone. Oh my God.
Would you consider yourself a biohacker?
Yeah, definitely. But at that time, the biohacking
wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing, man. We were just doing shit, we were just trying things out. Yeah. So for sure, biohacking, and this is the foundational product. Like, literally, without a foundational inflammation solution support, your body's not gonna optimize. So once you manage that, and that's how I saw it the first time I started really understanding, I was like, this is a foundational product. Then you can build vertically, okay? So that means if it's for an athlete, their recovery, okay? If they're running hot, then especially doing power, they're gonna be running hot. Yeah. You gotta bring that down, get not only from soft tissue, but also nervous system, right? Yeah. So having something that gives you a total body inflammation relief. You know, it is temporary relief. However, you take it every day, just like anything else you take every day, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That was the that's where we're going. That's what it is. That's what it does.
Yeah.
And it's basically like, how do you want to use the product? Is the best way I could say it, because it's so flexible.
Yeah. So I have my master's degree in exercise science, and
Yes.
a big thing that was we have the specialization is strength conditioning, and so what we was like pounded into us nonstop. The university I went to was Dr. Stone. He's trained several Olympians, both Dr. Stones, his wife and himself. Have had several throwers specifically in the Olympics, and then several sprinters. And Dr. Stone is known to be like the father of periodization. So anything that's like around like how do you write programs comes out of this lab. So the big thing that they focus on was all athlete recovery. And so it's whenever you first get into your training session, they would have you piss into a bottle, and then they would measure the specific gravity and the color, and then say you are either hydrated enough, great, you can train, or you're not hydrated enough, it's a no, right? And then so that's test number one. Test number two, they'll look at your output for the day. So you go on, you stand, you pull on this, like it's just a standalone kind of isometric pull, mid-thigh pull, and if it's less than what you're normally like consistent at, then you're not going to train today. You're not recovered. And
That's
like
awesome.
it was
That's
all
amazing, yeah.
built around recovery.
Yeah.
And so if you're not recovered, then you can't adapt. There's not positive adaptations that are going to happen because your body's just it's bogged down, if you will. And so stuff like this is a game changer for those individuals who are like wanting to just train harder. It's like, are you going to feel it when you're training? Maybe maybe immediately, maybe not. But what you're really going to feel it is the next day you feel like you can train again. Not necessarily that it's going to like training is interesting, but it can be up and down some days depending on the person.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But it'll help you, you know?
You definitely, like, I was, before I went on this 4-month tour, my training was very consistent, you know, and I pulled 4 or 5 off for 2 reps for the first time in probably 10 plus years. I hadn't done heavy like that. And I was like, dude, I'm hitting power movements, complex movements at my ripe age of 42. And I'm recovering and I'm hitting it again like I used to do in my late 20s, early 30s, like consistently. So for me, that first and foremost, that makes me the happiest person in the world. Like I can keep training hard.
Yeah.
You know, I could keep training hard. So yeah, man, I mean, you have to be able to recover. And if you're not recovering, you're not going to be able to train the way. And then it has the negative returns of that. So but that's awesome, man. Like the recovery cycle started coming in around 2015, 16 is when that started like poke its head out. And we were on it. So when they have a measurement tool on that level, man, that just makes me want to geek out.
It's cool, man. It's fun to be in the lab and like look at that kind of stuff. And so right now we use an output capture. So we use velocity-based training. And I can look at see if an athlete, like let's say like last week, they were moving 100 pounds at 6 meters per second. And then maybe to this week, they're moving 100 pounds at 4 meters per second. And it's like, okay, you're moving slower. It's the same weight. So you're not recovered. So what happened? Like, did we not sleep? Did we get an extra training day? Was it too much training last week? And so how do we adapt the moving like forward? So like, there's a lot of really cool like science that's like that's accessible to us to ultimately make that human a better human at the end of the day, and also like just feel better. Like if you go into the gym, you hit a good workout, you walk out feeling pretty good. You're like, God, fuck yeah! Like I did that. You know, it feels good to be strong.
Good. You start your day accomplished.
Yeah.
That's the mindset is you start your day accomplished and you will tackle anything that comes your way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's fucking dope, man.
I like walking around feeling strong.
Yeah.
No,
100%. Yeah, man. It's that. So when it comes to energy systems, what's your philosophy on energy system training? How do you guys work on that? Do you guys have programs to optimize?
So we use, again, velocity-based training.
Uh-huh.
So if I am in the range of like 0.3 meters per second up to like 0.5, 0.6 meters per second, then I'm working very much on the strength realm. And then, so yes, and then this is how we track it, right? So I can track it like that, and then anything over like 6 to like 1 is very like kind of more of the hypertrophy world, maybe recovery, rehab, stuff like that. We might be in that space, and then like 2 or 1 plus is we're power training, and so I can track and see where we at and what power system are we using, because it's important. I mean, especially as we get older, the older we are, the more we need to use our glycolytic, our phosphoric system. Like, it's just, you need to use more ATP, your anaerobic system. So like, yeah, we definitely do. Yeah.
That's
100%.
awesome. That's been my like focus on when I started really looking at training from a different perspective. I looked at nervous system, energy systems, movement patterns. And then based on what we're doing, how nutrition played an effect. And obviously sleeping is always going to be a thing, but how nutrition played an effect, those variables is what I'm talking about, So, but yeah, that was my pillar.
It's a good pillar.
Yeah,
it's a good pillar. I think if somebody is like maybe confused or having a hard time, it's a good way to like, okay, I need to train power this week, and I need to train strength, and I need to train some hypertrophy, right? So like I can do these 3 things in a week, and I could probably be pretty good. And because power can be just 2 or 3 movements, like a clean and jerk is power. Even just a rotation with a ball is power. A sprint is power, right? So like I can still incorporate, or jumping. Like you can just jump, and like the way your body's going to feel at 70 because you're doing all these little things, because you're just like taking care of those things, and you can still move well. Like, feel like it's so sad to see somebody that can't move well. Like I've seen that. I've dealt with clients in the past that are just like, hey man, I haven't moved in like 40 years, and both my knees are like, we have surgery, and like it sucks to see, but it's also so rewarding to see like, oh, like you can still get out of it. It just takes a long time.
Yeah.
But I hope I never am in that position where I'm just like, man, like I can't get up and down off the ground. Like that's probably a very humbling experience, hopefully never.
Yeah, no, hopefully. And I think knowing that now, like knowing that it's preventative, that means you just have to have that protocol, strategy, life, or lifestyle. It is preventative. To what effort, to what level, who knows, but it is preventative. So that's for sure. And that's one, again, having an inflammation management, because that's what's going to aid you the fastest, is systemic inflammation.
100%.
So
does it help with like, or can it potentially assist with, I know we talked about, like, is there going to be, I don't know if we can talk about the
nasal spray.
Yeah.
We will have a nasal spray version of this too. We'll have a nasal spray. We'll have a topical spray, topical cream. We'll see.
Okay.
We're looking at also modifying it to maximize for pets as well, like a pet line. So, but it's a process with everything else.
It's a long process. Yeah,
big time. So
I took an injection. I take a nightly injection, and I always get itchy. I mean, always itchy, and it drives me insane. And I was like, I don't know if this is topical or not, but I put it onto the area, and it stopped itching pretty much like pretty quickly. And I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. So now I just put like a little bit on my finger, just like tip it around and put it on my finger, and just like rub it on that little shot area, and I feel great.
Wow. See, another use.
Yeah, another use, right?
And another use for blue scorpion. Yeah,
it's good, man. I mean, I'm interested to see like where it goes, and also like, can you scale? Like how many farms do you need? Or like what you currently have, like, is that gonna be enough to supply, people for enough time?
We're looking into all of that, and we'll, do our best. We're gonna scale it as best as we can and make sure, we're doing it the right way. So it's done the right way. I guess the best way I can say it. So yeah, those are all journeys that we're going to go through, the growth of this company and this process, collectively. Either people like it or not, we're going through this collectively.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't get it twisted.
So, Frank Mir, how did you guys get introduced? And then what was his, like, I know that if you can, whatever you can speak about what like his use of it and what he's like benefited on.
Yeah.
What happened?
So Frank was I was introduced to Frank what was it? About a year ago, actually. About a year ago by a mutual friend of ours, Chemo, and you know, knowing Frank, we all watched him, fight you in the UFC. Yeah. Two-time UFC heavyweight champion, Hall of Famer, legend. So when I was like, he's got pain. Can we? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So we send him some bottles to start trying and just to get it going and have him be a believer. And within the first week or so, he started feeling the difference, that his pain levels are starting to come down. By week 2, he was even feeling better. So overall, that aches, muscle aches from injuries and years of training and taking hits, they all create inflammation. And that's where the pain comes from, is because, the body's going to go, unless you have some sort of a direct impact, the body's only in pain from inflammation, muscle weakness, or muscle tension. That's it.
It's pretty accurate.
Yeah. So I've also used this product as a diagnostic for, some friends, like, hey, take this first. Let's see if it's a tension issue or if it's an inflammation issue, right? So, it came down, but now okay, well, you have the tension. You go get a deep tissue massage. Here's a massage therapist. Go over here. Get it done. So you have to, understand, and this is where a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot of, but a good amount of people have a hard time understanding what pain they're really in.
Yeah.
Like, I took this, it didn't help my back. Well, was it inflammation issue or was it a tension issue? QL tight, extensors are tight, erectors, lack of mobility, weakness. Are you slouching and your muscles are weak? Are you collapsed? So what's the cause of this, right? Yeah. So it's an educational component, because it's easy to always say, I tried, it didn't work. But just like anything else, you can say, I tried this food or this program or this supplement, or I took creatine, that doesn't work for me. But if you didn't use it for its right purpose, for its intended for, you're not going to get the benefit from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But yeah, and then Frank, he's our brand ambassador. So he's been with us for about a year now. Loves the product. His whole family's taking it. In-laws, everybody. So yeah. Nice. And then now the word's getting out, with other UFC fighters and other just contact athletes that are looking for safer solutions, natural solutions to help manage inflammation, because boy, that is a crazy occupation.
That is an insane occupation.
Oh my God, man. Like, you know what? I'm going to be a fighter for the rest of my life. I'm going to go, woo.
I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah. You have to be, you have to be wired differently, man. It's definitely not for everybody to make it for a life. Like, I've trained, we've sparred, done exhibitions, we've, streets, all that. But for an occupation, jeez.
That's brutal, dude.
Bro.
It's brutal.
It's like, on this date, on this time, you're fighting, the anxiety is going to start rolling. My God.
You got to stay calm.
Yeah.
You have to, I don't know.
Those are warriors, man.
They are.
They're special human beings.
You're a different person.
Yeah.
You're a murderer.
Yeah.
Real, like anybody else.
Yeah.
You're on the street. Like nobody else can keep up. Like,
yeah.
To walk around with that kind of power is also kind of weird. Like, with that kind of strength, but then also with that kind of damage. Like, because you're gonna take damage throughout that time, and so like you're gonna break something, and like you're just like taking that risk to be like a name, like to be a Frank Mir, to be a, and like that carries a lot of weight, but like, oh my God, like that's a lot of damage you got to put yourself through. It's a lot of risk.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of that, recently Frank Mir had a spinal surgery, right? So because of not taking care of himself when he was younger and training, just the old school way, from T8 to T12, he was crushed basically.
Fuck.
He had a fusion from T8 to T12. So where he lost, as before the surgery, as it was coming up closer to the surgery, to go see a doctor, he was slowly losing strength in his legs, where it got to a point where he was just like, he couldn't even walk. So they had to carry him to the emergency, and the doctor, like, what's going on? He did an x-ray, rushed him right into operation, like right into just the way it worked out, where there was like a specific surgeon that was like a really high-end neurosurgeon that was available, some kind of a cancellation. The timing worked out so perfectly for him to get the best, that's why he's recovering better. He's been taking the Venom to help with the pain and inflammation management, but there's other, things, elements of it. Then one of the reasons I came to Vegas was to help him with his rehab.
Nice.
So
shit.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I came here I've basically been working out of Las Vegas to work with Frank to help him with his rehab.
No way.
Yeah.
How cool, dude.
Yeah.
You're still in this world, like on that side of it, like on the mechanics side.
From a distance, like if I have to, the way that happened is when I saw his video that he had posted post-op doing a squat on a wheelchair, I was like, there's no one that's going to give him that level of detail, that I know needs to be to get back to on your feet the way you want to. It's just that's the first thing that went through my mind. So I was like, hey, bro, I'm going to come. I got you, and I'll come and stay there for a month, and we'll get as much work as we can. And yeah, after a few sessions, he started walking, with his walker, but he was upright. He wasn't collapsed. And so far. So we started really doing some good work, So, yeah, man, I love the guy. He's a really good person. Whole family's amazing people. I wish him speedy recovery, full recovery. But yeah, man, that's been the additional task.
I like having clients. Right now, one of my clients played for the Dodgers, I think in '88 when they won the World Series, and right now we're kind of working on how do we even like use our elbow, right? Like it's an issue for at that level. We're throwing really, really hard. We're throwing a lot. Shoulder issue, the elbow, and so like to watch it go from like I can't lift my arm to like I can put my arm over my head is such a gratifying feeling. Like it's really, really cool. And so for like somebody like Frank Mir, I mean, I remember like just growing up and watching him.
Yeah.
Like the guy on TV that was like with a fighting against Brock, that was just a massacre. Like they were like what 2-3 times that they fought. I mean, just so cool to watch that human to do that, and then to see them not just for him how hard that is, but for other people to watch that. It's like, man, how can I help? Like it's huge, and it's also like again very gratifying. I think for both parties, be like, yeah, I can provide some assistance here, and like watch somebody walk again is really cool.
100%, man. I was sharing a story with another lady this morning from another podcast, and as you start as a trainer, right? First, it's all about the aesthetics and how strong you are, how much can you bench, especially for a guy. Remember back in those days, hey, what's your bench?
All the time, dude.
What's your bench, bro? What's your bench?
Yeah.
How much can you bench? So yeah, it was from there. Then you go into athlete performance, and then start shifting into therapeutic exercises, corrective, to a point where you're right. You come to having those clients where it's the most gratifying, is to be able to get them out of pain, get them to move, give them their life back in a sense. So you can't top that, bro. It's one of the best feelings in the world.
I will never like. I had access. I used to train at the university in Texas at UT or at Texas A&M, and I had access to the lab. And inside that lab, we have an underwater treadmill. And one of my clients was in the Marines, Special Forces, older gentleman, had one knee replaced, and then he was going to get the other one done, but he couldn't because he tried and he died on the table. And so they had to bring him back to life. He wasn't healthy enough. And so the reason we started working together is like, can we get him to the point where he can get surgery to help that other knee? And so we started working together a little bit here and there. Shoulder was pretty messed up too. Being in the military will like do some damage, man. And especially like being in MARSOC, like the guy was a badass. And I was like, let's take you out because you can't really like, we're not walking very well.
Yeah.
Let's go to the underwater treadmill and let's just do that. And so we scheduled the time. We went out there, and I'll never forget. Like we sunk the treadmill down. He goes down, and we're just starting to walk, and he's like, "Can this go faster?" I was like, "Yeah, we can pick it up a little bit." Like I saw like 0.2, right? Like picking up every so little. It's like, can you just put me like a slow jog? I was like, yes, if you need to. Like there's a rail in the back. You just go ahead and like hang out there, and I can go ahead and click the off button. And then he's jogging.
Yeah.
He's jogging. He was like, he started tearing up, and he was like, I haven't jogged since I was like in the military, man. Like,
wow.
Like just in that moment, he was like, can we go again? And I was like, oh fuck, like, I'm gonna cry, dude. Like it was just such a what a beautiful experience. He was like, hey, can we do that again next week? It's like, we'll do it every fucking week that we're here.
Yeah,
you know? Like
100%, man.
all day. And so now I still keep up with my clients, and he got the surgery and he's healthy, and he got a surgery after that. So he's able to like maintain pretty well. And it's just kind of cool to see, you know, it's really, really cool.
God bless, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's awesome.
It's so gratifying.
Yeah.
It really is. Like you go into that side of it, and like, it's almost more satisfying than like, yeah, you hit a new PR and that's cool. But like, what does that new PR really mean? Right. Like I have a client who has osteoporosis. Well, if I know if I put it under load, I can at least decrease the likelihood that osteoporosis is going to continue. Right. So like we're using exercise as medicine and not just like, again, the aesthetic part or like to hit a big number. It's not really about that anymore. It's not. And most people don't really want it to be.
Yeah. And look, the cool thing about when you start young and you maintain and you use it as a preventative, you can get all of that. You can get the looks, you can get the aesthetics, you can get the strength, the power, the preventative, all of that comes with it, So that's the beautiful thing about fitness.
Yeah.
And if the body is always challenged to stay strong, it will always be strong.
Damn right. Damn right. And you can maintain it with some Blue Scorpion.
That's right. Hey, you need that, you need that, especially as you age like myself. But yeah, man, it's in the world of biohacking, it's world Blue Scorpion has definitely we have a big buzz in the industry. A lot of people are using it and loving it. So it's an exciting time, and it's finally where all the years of collectively and 20 plus years, 30 plus years of it that has been put to bring this product to market. Now it's finally up. I'm very thankful.
It's cool, man. Where can people find it?
BlueScorpion.com.
Super simple.
Super simple.
Cool,
That's
man.
right.
Cool. Yeah, I guess where can people find you, or just BlueScorpion.com?
BlueScorpion.com. Our Instagram is Blue Scorpion Venom. There's a lot of testimonials there. Yeah, I mean, it's very simple. We try to keep it consistent so it's for people can find us easily, So
beautiful.
That's it.
All right, man. I think that's about it.
All right, brother. Well,
go get y'all some Blue Scorpion Venom. Keep up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, man. It was a pleasure.
Yes, sir.